Okay, so here's the deal. The last few days, I've been going down the metaethics rabbit hole. And damn it, it's so much more complicated than I thought it would be. So obviously I'm going through all the branches of philosophy, and I was going to go through it systematically. I started with epistemology, because that's how you say it, epistemology, not epistemology, even though I keep saying epistemology, it's epistemology. So after I did that, I decided to go down the ethics level, and damn it, metaphysics is gonna suck so bad, dude. But anyway, I went down the ethics rabbit hole. So there's three branches of ethics, right? Metaethics, normative ethics, and applied ethics. And I started with metaethics, and that was a bad idea. That was a real bad idea. Because the thing is, I think metaethics, I think all the meta branches in philosophy might be the most complicated parts. Even though because they're the most foundational parts of it. And that might be why they're the most confusing, because you run into a lot of paradoxes and a lot of unknowns and just things that are like beyond comprehensible. But yeah, so I delved into metaethics, and it's a tough one, dude. I started with cognitivism and non-cognitivism, and goddamn, like I'm trying my best, but I don't understand what the big difference is between things like cognitivism, non-cognitivism is, and things like moral realism. Now, obviously I understand it definitionally, because cognitivism is just that moral statements can be true or false. It doesn't necessarily assert that all moral statements are true, only that they have the capacity to be true, at least from what I understand. Okay? And then non-cognitivism is about moral statements expressing feelings or commands, not necessarily things that are true. And this is one of the big problems I think that moral realists and all cognitivists are going to have a problem with. And here's the problem. And I talked to someone before. I had a conversation with someone before where we were arguing. And so here's where I am on the point right now. Currently, I'm an anti-realist. Okay? And just for a short definition so that you understand what I'm talking about. Anti-realists believe that there are no objective moral facts. There's no objective moral facts. One of the reasons I believe this is because... Do I want to go there? Well, I don't believe in morality, and I'll tell you why. I had this conversation with a dude, and we were talking about morality in general. And he had some stupid belief that was absolutely not a common one. And I was challenging him. And then basically the conversation devolved into, we were going back and forth, and he was telling me that there are objective truths about morality. And I sort of asked him what they were, and I don't remember exactly how the conversation went. All I remember was the end result, which was when he said, yes, there are objective moral truths. And here's what I don't understand if you're not appealing to religion. I will only accept this if you appeal to religion. But what is the point? What is the functional importance of morality in the world? What is the point of morality? What is its purpose? And so if I ask you if something is right or wrong, and you don't appeal to an authority, if you don't appeal to God or some other religion, what I want to understand is, what is the purpose? So like, for example, if we say that it is morally better to not attack a cat, like say a cat is walking across the road, and you can either go up to the cat and you can attack it, or you can just walk past it. Is it morally wrong to attack the cat? In an objective sense, right? Is it objectively wrong to attack the cat? And you can say yes or no. And if you say it's immoral to do so, it's immoral to kick the cat for no good reason, what are you actually saying when you're saying it's immoral to kick the cat? I want to understand. Because I think we take these words for granted. I think we take the word morality for granted when we speak about morality. At least the layman. When the layman speaks about morality, they take the word for granted. But what does it mean for something to be wrong? And this sort of comes to the fundamental question of metaethics. And that question is, what is good? Underline the word good. What is good? And I think that's the big question that cognitivists have to grapple with. Because what does it mean for something to be good? What is the purpose? What is the functionality of something good in an objective world that we're not appealing to religion? Obviously, if you were to appeal to religion, then you can appeal to, irrationality, infinite. You don't have to know because you can't know. But if we're going to objectivists like naturalists or non-naturalists, they have their work cut out for them, because not only do they have to find morality in the world or outside of the world if you're a non-naturalist, the question is, what functional purpose does the morality serve? What is the point of it? What if you, does it affect your life? Is it a truth about the universe? Like, if somebody spends their entire life doing all the best things, whatever those best things are, and when I say best, I'm referring to what is good, which is also something that's not definitionally, comprehensive. But if somebody does their best in the world, they follow all the rules, they respect people, they're kind, they donate to charity, if they do all these good things, what does it do for them? And as you can tell, my egoist is leaking out, where I don't believe in morality. But I'm an egoist, so I believe that people, but we don't need to go into that. What I want to understand is what is the functionality of morality? What does it lead to? What's the point? If you are an objectivist, there must be some reason. And this was what happened in the conversation. The guy told me it's just there. Objective morality is just there. And I cannot for the life of me understand what he's talking about. What do you mean it's just there? What does it do? First of all, it isn't just there, because I would argue if morality exists, actually I'm not sure if it exists physically, okay? It could be physical or it might not. But whether or not it is physical or metaphysical, why? Why morality? I don't understand. What is the point? I can understand if people would use morality so that others could think better of themselves, but that's not morality. So I will be making a video about this, but I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts right now. The sort of what I'm delving into, sort of the rabbit hole I'm delving into, which is right now it's just, I guess it's kind of the cognitivist perspective, because I understand the non-cognitivist side. It's very simple. It's just, moral statements don't exist. Moral statements are just emotions, expressions, feelings. Very simple, very easy. And it's sort of the same with moral anti-realism. It's just that, morality doesn't exist. But cognitivism is so complicated because there's so many questions that rise up. And I think the non-cognitivist position is the more agnostic position, which is why I'm taking that agnostic position. I don't understand the purpose of morality, its uses. I'm kind of talking in circles now, but I think you understand the point. Yeah, so I'm trying to understand moral realism. If morality is real, I want to understand why it's real. But more importantly, I want to understand the word, what is good? Those things are sort of linked together. What is good and what is the point of morality? Those two things are sort of linked together. So yeah, just my thoughts currently. I will be doing a video on this. I think the title might be What is Good? Because this is going to be a deep dive into probably the cognitivist perspective of metaethics. But good God, why is it so complicated? Dude, diving into metaethics has been crazy. I've literally just been bringing up articles, watching videos, reading freaking the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, trying to understand that stuff. It is ridiculously complicated. Yeah. But that's just an update. I wanted to let you know what I'm currently going through right now. And yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Lol, I'm the only one who's gonna watch this video. I'm not even gonna watch this video, no, I'm just gonna watch this video. But I think it serves as sort of a reference point for me, and it serves as like almost like a verbal journal of what I'm going through, sort of understanding philosophy. Because for a while I've wanted to do this. I wanted to go deep dive back into philosophy, and I'm finally doing it. I finally picked myself up, kicked myself in the butt, told myself that I gotta do this because I'm the only person holding myself back. And it's been a while. It's been a few years since I've been studying philosophy, so I'm a little rusty at it, but I'm trying to get back into it. I'm trying to understand it better, and I want to make it a habit of reading up and researching philosophy and understanding it better, because I do want to get to the truth. I do want to understand it better, and I want to talk. I want to have good conversations with people about this, but I need to understand it well enough first, I think, which is sort of my plan. But let me tell you, it is so freaking weird talking out loud. Just the practice of talking out loud, because I'm an introvert and I'm not used to talking out loud. I normally just talk internally, and the two things are very different, because when you're talking internally, there's sort of like, you can like fast forward and go through thoughts really fast and quickly link things together. But when you talk out loud, it's a much slower, much more methodical process. And it's just very jarring to talk out loud and try to like, it's kind of weird. It's like you're trying to build the bridge. You're trying to like build a bridge, but you don't know where the bridge is leading. Whereas when you're thinking in your head, you can just have thoughts and you can just drop them off immediately. You can just be like, you can be talking mid-sentence and then boom, just drop that conversation, and then your thought goes to something else. It's much different to talking out loud, where you have to verbalize your thoughts very slowly, and you can't drop off your statements because it won't make any sense. Like if I stopped talking halfway through the sentence, it would just it would be, incomprehensible. It would just be gibberish. But yeah, I mean, this is a very weird process, but I think it's a necessary process in order to get to the place I want to go, which is to understand philosophy better and to understand the world better, because I do want to look for truth. I believe that in my lifetime I will not find like ultimate truth. I believe that because throughout the entire history of humanity, people have been trying to seek out truth, and we're still searching for it. So I'm definitely not going to be the, the odd one out, the special one that achieves that truth. But I want to further this understanding. I want to further the research, the progress for finding truth. I want to be part of that movement to understanding how the world works, but more importantly, why the world works. And that's why philosophy has always drawn me towards it, because I want to understand why are we here in the world? And that's sort of like one of the ultimate questions. One of the things that haunts me, in late nights and early mornings. Why am I doing this? Why am I getting out of bed? And I'm trying to find that answer. So I think that wraps it up. I'll have that video coming out soon. But for now, this is just an update. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys soon.